He really is. And he came to the party, and he brought toys, and he brought a friend with him, and she's real nice. I've met her at the red and green event that they had before.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, let's see what we got.
First.
What's your name, ma'am?
Sarah Patlin.
Patlin. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one can be appointed for you. Did you fill out an affidavit?
Yes.
Do you swear or affirm everything in your affidavit is the truth?
Yes.
Okay. All right. It says you live in Knoxville. How long have you lived in Knoxville?
Basically my whole life since I was like 5 years old.
Okay. And your affidavit says that you are not currently employed?
No.
Do you get any government benefits like disability or unemployment?
No. I get food stamps though.
Okay, that's fine.
But my grandmother just informed me that she got me a lawyer, but I have yet to speak to her about it.
Okay. Let me check your criminal history and I'll finish those questions and then we'll talk about the lawyer, okay?
Okay.
Criminal history looks like you've got cases from December 7th.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's all I see here. It says but you've been arrested within the last 6 months, which included the December 7th. And you're currently on level 3 pretrial, and you picked up new charges, and you've got 4 cases pending on that. And that's what we just talked about. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you've got a court date on those cases on January the 11th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what we've got today is I've got leaving the scene of an accident with property damage. So this happened on Tuesday, December 27th, late last night, at East Emory Road. And Trooper Fuson of the Tennessee Highway Patrol went to a single vehicle crash on East Emory Road with 2 individuals involved. And once they were at the scene, they couldn't locate any individuals near the vehicle, which had left the roadway and struck a tree. A passerby stopped and told them that there were 2 people walking along the roadside towards the Exxon gas station at East Emory and Tazewell Pike. A male was wearing a black hoodie and a female wearing a purple hoodie. They contacted the individuals at the Exxon gas station later, identified as Chase McClain and Sarah Patlin. Both arrestees denied being involved in the crash, but later admitted to being inside the vehicle. Neither admitted to driving. Both appeared to be under the influence of an intoxicating substance. They were constantly fidgeting, swaying back and forth, had slurred speech, and constantly moving around. When asked if they had taken any drugs, they both admitted to taking methadone and smoking marijuana. Due to being under the influence, they put you guys in custody and put you under arrest. Okay. All right. Leaving the scene of an accident is a misdemeanor charge. Okay. I'm going to put an appearance bond of that of $500. Appearance bond means that you pay 10% to the bonding company. And when it's a small amount like that, they typically charge a little bit more, which would be $75. Okay? And I'm going to ROR you on the public intoxication, meaning you don't have to post a bond on that. Okay. So I'm going to print this off. Okay. Okay. It looks like your co-defendant already has the public defender appointed, so I'm going to appoint you a private attorney. If you think your grandmother has hired one, I can go ahead and appoint this attorney. You would qualify for a free attorney.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to do. Like,
Well,
it's my first time and everything.
like I said, if you're going to get an opportunity to make a phone call, so that you have make bond if you want to make bond. Like I said, because right now your only bond is $500 that's set for now
Okay.
anyway. So if you want to do that, like I said, and then you can talk to your grandmother. But I'm going to go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and appoint you an attorney now,
Okay.
because I want to make sure you have somebody with you. Okay, so I'm going to appoint. Her name is Autumn Bowling,
Okay.
and her phone number is 865-985.
Right.
2559. Did we get that? Great, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, and that's going to be for both of these cases. And that's just for these two cases, but like I said, these cases might end up getting passed over to the 11th when you have your other cases, but I'm going to make sure that you get a hearing on the bond just to make sure, because if you're still here, and you haven't been able to bond out, then we're going to make sure you get to court. And I'll give you the court date here in just a minute.
Okay.
Got to print things all the time. I'm waiving the administrative fee on the attorney. Okay. All right. And your court date is going to be January the 4th. So if you're still here on January the 4th, we're going to take you to misdemeanor court, and that will be for a bond hearing. And your attorney, Autumn Bowling, will be there unless you decide to hire somebody else.
Okay.
Okay? But like I said, but she's going to be given this case until somebody, tells her that somebody else is going to take over, okay?
Okay.
All right, so January the 4th is your new court date. And that's, like I said, that's only if you're still here. Do you have a hearing on the 4th? Okay?
Okay. And if I do bond out?
If you bond out, the jail will give you a new court date.
Okay.
Okay, so it won't be quite so close. It'll be put off probably a little bit in the future, okay?
Okay.
All right, so you're all set.
Thank you. What's go next? When did you change the phone?
What's your name, ma'am?
Suzanne Cole. They got me booked as Susan on these papers, but that's not my name.
I'm showing you as Suzanne.
Okay.
Okay.
But on the facility receipts and paperwork and the arm bracelet, it has me as Susan.
That's internal in the jail. In the courthouse, we've got it as Suzanne Marie. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, Ms. Cole, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one can be appointed for you. Did you fill out an affidavit?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you swear or affirm everything in your affidavit is true?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
I probably should put my P.O. box on there. I don't have a physical address for the one
Okay.
I turned in.
So how long have you lived in Knoxville?
I don't live in Knoxville.
Where do you live?
I was living in Claiborne County, and my family was supposed to be taking care of me. I have leukemia and kidney failure, and they dropped me off at Carm. I actually live in West Virginia and been trying to return there.
Okay.
I was living in Kentucky through HUD and was evicted.
Yeah, but you were dropped off in Knoxville at Carm.
Yes.
Okay, how long was that ago?
I don't know, about 6 years ago. off and
years?
on. Yeah, off and on. And then I got applied and got HUD in Kentucky and went there, and my landlord and neighbor were stealing my mail, and I asked HUD to transfer me back to somewhere else. But technically, I've been trying to get back to West Virginia. My dad and my sister are there. I have leukemia and kidney failure.
Okay.
But for this current case, I was sexually assaulted, and they've not took me to have a rape kit or anything done for it here.
Okay, well,
Yeah, the arresting officer knows that.
you're not charged with rape.
No,
Okay.
somebody raped me.
But I'm saying
before.
that this doesn't, we don't have anything in here about a rape. This is
I
about,
was raped. You have one about arson?
yeah,
Okay, that's what caused the arson. I was being raped and knocked the candle over to cause the arson.
okay.
And I don't know why they don't have anything in there. There was the two officers that talked to me, and then an officer in a separate car that came to the car to talk to me about my assault.
Your employment says you're not currently employed. Do you get any government benefits like disability?
I'm supposed to get disability, but my uncle James Love and my aunt Mary Love in Clinton, Tennessee have been stealing it since I was 3 years old through the state of West Virginia.
Okay, let me check your criminal history. Okay, everything is from December of this year, it looks like, in Knox County. And it says failure to appear in Claiborne County, prior arrest in Claiborne County for worthless checks, violation of probation, aggravated criminal trespass.
Or to trespass on your own property.
Okay.
They're all misdemeanor.
Okay.
But yeah, Scarlett Fraley was my probation officer there. She knows that I've been having problems with my family as far as identity theft and them not helping me. Like I said, Moccasin Bend in Bledsoe County, we have a failure to appear as well as one in from Hazard ARH. Where I went through their mental facility, and my family's supposed to be caregivers and help me get to those places and have not.
Okay, your charges now are resisting arrest with no weapon. That's a misdemeanor charge. I'm going to give you an ROR on that, meaning I'm not charging you a bond on that case. You've also got a public intoxication charge. That's also going to be ROR'd. You've got possession of unlawful drug paraphernalia. That case said that this happened on Tuesday, December 27th, which was yesterday. Would have been early in the morning yesterday at 5814 Broadway, which would be Carm.
I wasn't at Carm, ma'am.
Well, wherever 5814 Broadway is. It said that they responded to a drug equipment violation at Broadway. They also responded to a report of a building fire at the above listed address. Witness on the scene, Brian Smith, stated he observed the defendant, Suzanne Cole, at the scene of the fire, and defendant stated the fire department told her to do it and then left the scene.
That's not what I said.
Once again, I'm not saying you did it. I'm just telling you what you're accused of. This is why the police arrested you. So because these things were said that lended to believe that you might have done this. Witness pointed the defendant out to the officers, and when they attempted to detain her, she pulled her arm away in an effort to hinder her being placed in handcuffs. She also had a strong odor of alcohol on her person and was acting erratic. Search incident to arrest revealed a glass pipe commonly used for narcotics on her person, as well as alcoholic beverage. The defendant was taken into custody. Okay, so that's those 3 charges now. I'm putting a bond of $500. That's an appearance bond of should be $75 to get out. Okay, then you've got an arson charge. Arson is a C felony. And it says that happened Saturday, December 24th, North Broadway. Then it says on Tuesday, December 27th, the defendant, it must have been on the 27th, committed the offense of arson. Witness was driving by and saw smoke coming from the
How
front
can I
of the building.
commit arson on the 24th and 27th?
It's,
I don't understand that.
I think it's a typo at the beginning of the narrative because it starts out that way, but then it goes to on Tuesday, December 27th, the defendant committed the offense of arson. And the witness saw smoke coming from the front of the business. He stopped and saw the defendant standing near the fire involving part of the front porch area. The defendant told him the fire department told her to set the building on fire. He stated the defendant threw some snow onto the fire and fled the scene on foot. Witness followed the defendant until KPD arrived and was able to detain her near the business. Fire involved material that was carried to the scene and set on fire with a can of Sterno. The front porch post and ceiling were damaged by the fire. Victim stated she did not give anyone permission to be at or start a fire on the property. Okay, so in any event, that's an arson. I'm putting in an appearance bond of $1,000.
That was where I was raped and assaulted, ma'am.
Okay.
The kennel was knocked over. I explained to the officer that my stuff was scattered there. I put my clothes on and fled the scene.
Okay, I'm going to print this off. Have you had the public defender represent you before?
I don't know, ma'am. No.
Okay, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to waive the administrative fee.
Like I said, I have leukemia and I'm in kidney failure. Did we go in front of Judge Sexton? Is that who we go in front of?
We don't have a
At the
judge.
circuit court criminal judge for here?
I don't think we have a Judge Sexton. This is going to be in General Sessions Court. Okay,
For
so
the
I'm
arson?
appointing the public defender, and if you can bond out, your bond would be $150. If you can't bond out, I'm going to set you for court on January the 4th. That's going to be
on January the 4th.
that'll be in felony court, and that will be for a bond hearing because they're going to want to find out why you haven't been able to make bond, and they can make a motion at that time to have the bond reduced. Okay, but your attorney will be with you at that court date, and like I said, if you do bond out, the jail will give you a new court date. But if you're still here, we're going to take you to court on January 4th. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we're all set.
I guess I can ask you, is there any way you can help me get a hold of my family? Okay. If I don't have any phone number or anything, so I don't know. Okay.
Are you Miss Nyota? Is that how
Yes,
you
ma'am.
pronounce it?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Nyota, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one, one can be appointed for you. Did you fill out an affidavit asking for an attorney to be appointed?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You swear or affirm everything in your affidavit is the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you live in Knoxville?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived in Knoxville?
I want to say 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 10 years. No, like, but we 12 years from Congo to
Okay.
Knoxville.
All right. It says that you're currently employed at UT. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I don't work UT no more. I was working at UT, but I had stopped working there and then worked at a hair salon.
So you work at a hair salon now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And are you employed by the salon or do you work as an independent contractor? In other words, do you get your own clients and then you give them part of your money?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So
But
how
I
much?
have like my own booth.
That's what I mean. But you
Yeah.
pay them like rent to use
Yeah.
the booth. Okay. How much do you get to keep?
I want to say it depends. Like, say if I did a client hair like today for like 100 and something, it would be like I pay them like every 2 weeks because I know the person that owns the salon.
Okay.
We're like family members,
Right.
so I pay them like every 2 weeks for the booth, and you'll be like I want to say like 200 or
How much-
sometimes more, depending.
So how much every 2 weeks, of the 2 weeks, how much do you get to keep of what you make? Like, what do you usually get to take home?
Like a day, I'll take home like depend. Let me see. Like every 2 weeks, what you make.
I just need to know a ballpark number so I can decide if I can appoint you an attorney or not.
I want to say like 400, 300, 400, 300. I'm not sure.
300 a day.
No, not a day. Like, yeah, no, 200 a day. Like 200 a day, or like
And do you
one
work? Do
something
you
a
work
day.
every day?
No, because I have school.
Okay. So you're a student also,
Yeah.
and that is that at UT?
At Pepsi.
Mississippi. Okay. Okay. So the hair salon, you make what, 600 every 2 weeks?
Yeah. If I work like the whole week, or depending on how many clients I have that day.
Okay. All right. I got to check your criminal history. Okay. I see a conviction for identity theft and attempted identity theft from November of this year. Looks like a other bunch of stuff got dismissed in the past from this year. Okay. And so you have some new cases. Looks like you came to court. That's all good. Okay. So your new cases are simple possession of marijuana and possession of drug paraphernalia. And that supposedly happened Sunday, December 5th, 25th. So that was on Christmas Day. And they found you in the passenger seat of a vehicle that fled from officers before hitting a telephone pole. And they found a plastic baggie with 2.25 grams of a green leafy substance believed to be marijuana under the seat. Okay, so I'm going to put a bond on the marijuana of $500 appearance bond, and ROR, the drug paraphernalia. I'm going to print this. Okay.
You said $5,000 or
$500.
Okay.
Your bond should be about $75 to the bonding company. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not trying to stick you in jail forever. That's not my goal. And let's see. You were arrested within the last 6 months, but that all got taken care of.
So was I still like on a trial for my other charges, or was I done with that?
I don't think you were on any kind of probation that I could see. But like I said, but we'll get you a lawyer and they can talk to you about your choices for this case, these two cases, okay?
All right.
All right, so this is for simple possession. Okay. All right, so I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. I'm going to waive the administrative fee for the attorney. And I'm going to set your cases for January the 4th. Okay, that's going to be a misdemeanor court, and that's going to be for a bond hearing. Okay? If you bond out, you aren't going to have to come back on January the 4th. If you bond out, the jail's going to give you the jail's going to give you a new court date if you bond out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if you can bond out, the jail will give you a new court date. That'll be a few weeks in the future. There's no reason for you to have to come for a bond hearing if you've already bonded out.
Right.
This hearing is if you're still in jail on January the 4th, then we're going to take you to court, and your attorney will be with you, and we'll find out what's going on, why you haven't been able to make bond, and you can ask for the court to go ahead and let you out without making bond. Okay? But if you're able to make bond, go ahead and make bond, and that way you can be free until your regular court date.
Okay.
Which the jail will give you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. You're
So
like I
what
said,
is position of, wait, what was the two charges I got?
it was drug paraphernalia and simple possession of marijuana.
Drug
Okay.
permit, what is that? What does that mean? I had like,
I'll tell you.
okay.
Thank you. Have a good one.
It said you had a digital scale. That was drug paraphernalia. Okay. All right. You're all set.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. That was weird.